problem that the Scrum Master was intended to solve, what the Scrum Master is not specifically, and finally, what a Scrum Master is. So thanks for joining. In any business, there is a demand. This is, the next set of features that people need, or the next release. And of course, there's always a big time crunch for that release. This demand is represented by the customers, the salespeople, marketing people, and maybe even other business stakeholders. On the other side of the demand is the supply. And this is the team or the managers and all the folks in the business saying that they can create the project, deliver the project, coming up with estimates and working on and actually doing the work. So these are the people like developers, testers, managers, project managers, etc. When this works well, both sides work together to create value, business value. Sometimes, though, especially in traditional organizations, this can turn into a fight. Long-term plans, long release cycles cause people to get very protective over scope changes and cause people to fight a bit, causes tension, puts a wall between the business and development. So how do we turn this into this? A handshake, a collaboration. Well, in order to get the best products, we have to remove that tension and create a collaborative way of working. This different way of working requires a different mindset. So let's consider the problem that the Scrum Master was invented to fix. We need to deliver stuff quickly. We need to deliver the right stuff quickly. Everybody will agree with that. So what happens? The old way, we created a Gantt chart and managed everybody. The new way, or the agile way, is to give the team a goal, clear the path, and give them some space to do their jobs. The old way requires a manager, while the new way calls for a leader. This leader is the Scrum Master. Very different mindset, very different way of working, very different organization to support fast, focused, flexible delivery. A Scrum Master is not a line manager, a project manager, or an agile project manager for that fact. It's not even a program manager. A Scrum Master is a new role. It is a different role that's completely different from any of these that you see on this page. It requires a different set of skills. Scrum Master is someone who helps a team or teams apply the Scrum framework in order to discover what prevents focused, fast, and flexible delivery. So Scrum is not the means. Scrum is the means, not the end. Scrum is the means, not the end. In other words, doing the Scrum framework perfectly is not the goal of the Scrum Master. The goal of the Scrum Master is to apply that Scrum framework to find out what stands in the way of agile delivery, because the business needs to create value. So any tension, any fights, any issues, any obstacles need to be cleared from the path. The Scrum Master needs to be able to teach others about Scrum, needs to be fearless, make the team's true capacity visible, understands things like why waterfall and scientific management are not the way to manage complex situations, knows that humans are complex and attitudes and tensions and behaviors cannot be predicted or managed. The Scrum Master supports a team, clears obstacles, maintains visibility, and is an empirical process expert. This is quite a big set of shoes to fill. As of today, management is still defined by the process of dealing with or controlling things or people. That is not the definition of a Scrum Master. They're not equal. So why do companies then want to insert any role and call it a Scrum Master? Why do they want to say, we'll just take our project managers and call them all Scrum Masters? I think they either don't know any better or they're afraid. They think Scrum might get better acceptance that way, or they don't really want to change all that much, or HR makes the titles, or perhaps the Scrum Master role has just been diluted. Whatever it is, you can't just insert a role and call it a Scrum Master. They're two completely different things. Finally, you must use a different approach in order to get a different result. Agility equals values and practices. There has to be a balance. So don't dilute the role of the Scrum Master. Is there a role for managers in an Agile organization? Possibly yes, but that's the next presentation.